Okay, back for part 3, and we want to talk about service to self entities. Listen, let's talk about this balance here. It's planet Earth, free will. People can choose to be service to others or service to self. And everything has to be in balance. So that means there's going to be a relatively smaller few, which are trying to always be in control.
Mm-hmm.
Butted up against those who are service to others, who are not really trying to be in control of the population itself.
And you can go fourth density negative.
Very possible.
Yeah, you can go fourth density positive or fourth density negative.
And some are choosing to take that path.
Yeah.
Who did Raw talk about that went fourth density?
That'd be
negative?
Biden and Trump would go fourth density negative. Oh, I get more power?
Perfect.
I can have a bigger audience?
Oh, Genghis Khan.
Yes.
Rasputin. Fourth density negative.
Yeah.
But it's just a choice.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily bad people. They've just made a decision that I just want to take that path. So you have these two paths that are going on, but the probabilities, which are going to be stated here in this paragraph, are stating that there's a larger body of people that will be service to others, pushing for fourth density, positive path, right? That will overwhelm the energies and causalities of service to self, negatively oriented individuals that want to move into fourth density that way.
Yeah, and he kind of gets hope, if you want to use that word, or a promise, however you want to say it. He says, those entities of a darker variety, which seek in their own manner to be harvested by controlling the light of this harvest.
Yeah, can we say when darker is just saying it's taking the
negative
nighttime path.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just a darker variety.
Negative, positive is
like
not.
Plants, right? You have a lighter variety, or wine, lighter grape, darker grape.
Right, exactly. And yet they shall fail. For the legions of the service to self entities will have only a short day where they shall reign supreme, and then their day shall be over, and the light shall shine.
Right. So we're seeing that even in the onset of decentralization, these new technologies, changes in political policy, the opening up of opportunity and experience for human beings, the centralized control mechanisms are starting to disappear with these structures that we have put up in society. It's not an extraterrestrial coming down controlling us. Nothing else like that. There's no ETs on the planet doing that. They're human beings making choices.
Yes.
And there have been very, financially focused, resource controlling, centralized operations that have decided how resources have been given out to the maximum of people here on Earth. Those things are now inverting. There's more sovereign power going back to individuals through choice, understanding, and self-awareness, where those old systems don't work anymore for what the choice that people are currently making right now today.
And he says, and those who seek service to others shall find a new fourth density home upon this planet. Mm-hmm. For this planet shall be a fourth density positive planet.
Right. And
to me, that's like, yeah, we've got a lot of problems, but here's our future.
Yeah, because probabilities are still driving towards a positive fourth density change that will occur on this planet.
He says, even with all the seeming darkness, strife, wars, control, and negativity that have plagued this planet for thousands of your years.
Which is true. When people are like, I don't want to watch the news, it's too negative. It's true. Those things are hyper-focused on. Mm-hmm. But the greater majority is this planet hasn't blown up, right? We haven't nuked one another yet, have we?
Not yet, no.
So there are good people doing great things for the benefit of all. Hands down. We haven't fully eradicated ourselves yet. We're doing a lot of harm to our climate. That's one thing. But we're moving in a direction of probability that's in the best interest for the unification of mankind.
Yeah, and I think this is really, really important because you have so many people that on both sides of the house, whether it's the climate change people or whether it's, people worried about sovereign identity and, nations and stuff like that. But it seems like the narrative on both sides is always like there's going to be a doomsday.
They're always doomsday. If you find somebody talking about doomsday, if you find that there are channelers out there speaking about forces of light and dark and there's an intergalactic battle, don't listen to that horse shit.
Yeah.
Don't listen to it. There's no logical legitimacy to what's going on, and it contradicts what they are saying, that when they say you have to combat or fight the negative entities, the quote's not saying this. Because if you do that, it's just fighting negative with negative. Just evil begets evil.
Yeah, that's all it does,
right?
Yeah.
So if you listen to channelers saying you need to fight this battle, you got to do this, the verbiage, everything, it's not legit.
Well, it's service to self.
It's totally service to self.
It's service to the tribe, service to self.
There's no unification in that concept.
Not at all.
If you truly want to unify, even though somebody may be doing something that has a negative energy to it, they're not wrong, because you still have to respect they have the free will of making that choice. And if you can't respect their free will, then you're completely going against it. You're just as much against their own decision-making as they would be against yours.
And I think this is so important for, in a practical side of things, just to kind of break from this for a second, in a very practical side of things, especially with everything that's going on right now. Everybody wants to control everybody's free will. All the time. And they don't want to take responsibility of self.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, I don't like you because you're Republican or Democrat or whatever it be, Labor Party, however it goes, Conservative Party, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, or I don't like you because you're from, you know, Nigeria and I'm from Congo, or vice versa. That in and of itself, when you begin to blanket people and put them in groups, and we've talked about this on Tartle's side of things, you know, on the TCAST podcast we have with data and putting people in buckets. And I don't want to get into that, but what I'm saying is, whenever you begin to ostracize people, then you begin to create this service to self, and you're actually going in the opposite direction.
Right.
You think you're right, but you're going in the opposite direction of where you as a being and where the planet is going.
Yeah, because you're not willing to understand the other.
Yes. You think you're helping.
You're not. You're not. Passing off your responsibility, and you're telling people how they shouldn't act. They have every right to act however they want to.
How many governments have actually helped? They just take.
Hold on. There's such a long list. Oh, zero.
What happens? Okay, through history, let's look from the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
When you give a certain small group of people all the power.
Okay, what happens?
Whatever it's left, right, whatever it may be. What happens to a country?
Oh, that's right. Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Let's kill a bunch of Scotsmen because they're barbarians.
Oh, that's right. We hate Japanese people here in the United States. Let's put them in the 1940s.
We'll put internment camps here in the U.S.
Yes.
What's going on? That's what happens.
Yes.
We got to pay attention to this stuff. Okay?
This is so important because this solves the problem that we're facing right this very moment.
A self-created problem.
Yes, self-created. Yeah, I love that. I love the
it's responsibility.
That's where Rawl was like hammers you.
Yeah,
I mean like a big sledgehammer. Mm-hmm. He's like, learn, teach, learn, love, light, love. Do it. Like live it.
Just literally live
like
that thing.
Be you, who you really are.
Don't pass off the responsibility. Know yourself. Accept yourself. Become the creator. Right? I think that was the line. It's the classic line. Yeah. You got to know yourself.
Yeah.
And by knowing yourself.
Well, who said know thyself? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. That was only phase one. And then I was like, well, you got to accept yourself after you know it.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I'm a jerk. Can I accept that? I don't think so. So I should probably change my ways. Know myself better. Then I can accept who I am. Then I can create great opportunities, great conversations, great dialogue, great understanding.
So when you look at politicians all around the world and you see their service to self, they're not going to save you. They're not your savior.
You need to do the work.
Why are you picking a camp, creating disunity, and then going towards somebody that's service to self?
You naturally join something that's polarizing.
You're part of what he's talking, the service to self entities. Those people are not going to, that's not going to last.
That'll fall short.
Yes, every time.
Unity is an answer.
Love and unity are the highest vibrations.
Right.
You're not
trying to separate groups and people that naturally want to come together because we're all a part of creation. Nature wants to get things to work in community.
So don't stop. It's like,
don't stop the flow. I want to beat my head on the mic. Beat my head on the mic.
Well, I mean, it's like people will be listening to this and you know, even spiritual people, they'll take these spiritual camps. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm with this guru, or I'm with this church, or I'm with this organization. Understand, like you said before, people have their own eye of experience. They're evolving in a different way.
Doesn't mean
show love and understanding.
You're not any better. No way, shape, or form.
There's no one better.
You're just choosing a different path within your illusion to define how you want to evolve. Hands down, that's all it is.
He says this, thus you may see that though there are difficulties ahead, the difficulties shall be surmounted. All compassionate love shall find not only its day, but its cycle upon this planet.
Yeah. So all collaborative understanding of the others and other selves and self, it's going to happen. The Plejaren said the truth will have you can't essentially bury the truth.
Mm-mm.
You can press it away as long as you can, but time as the great equalizer will always bring it back. So it naturally has to occur, because if you have so much untruth for so long, it naturally brings light to the truth.
And this is really interesting. I love this. He says, and this planet shall be as bright as a star in the heavens of a new creation.
That's kind of cool. It'll be bright. There'll be a lot of light and understanding. And it doesn't have to be physical light like the hot lamps in the studio.
Yeah.
It's light of understanding. That's all it is.
It's a light.
People will see and feel it.
That's so good, a light of understanding. And we can choose to be that light of understanding and love now.
It's choice.
Yes.
Albeit improbable, but possible.
We can be an entity of a new creation.
Mm-hmm.
We can make that choice right now.
We have to make the choice. We would have to
Everyone that's listening to this can decide right now.
Through the law of
to
squares.
say service to others.
Yeah.
Yes. Service to others. I'm going to be a guide, a teacher, a student, whatever you feel inside of you to evolve.
Go do it.
In this direction. What is love? And ask yourself. This is another thing. You don't have to pray to God and then wait for an answer.
No.
Where's the answer at?
It's always within you. Take the action right now.
Yes.
Don't wait for some cosmic influence to occur. Don't waste that time.
There's love and understanding in you right now.
Go.
Tap into it.
Get it.
You have a well, we were talking gold earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You have this unfathomable gold mine that's inside of you of knowledge and
totally
goodness
untapped resource
that you're not tapping into.
Yeah.
And this is something, and we'll close out in this, because he's going to get into, he talks about this time we shall transfer the contact to the one known as Steve.
Mm-hmm.
To continue with the second portion of the query. We are those of Quo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I say that right. So I want to, our next episode, we'll get into Steve's channeling, because it talks mind, body, spirit entities and stuff like that. And we'll get into that again. We've already had a conversation on that, but I want people to understand this channeling that's here is showing us the potential that we could have as humans to have this fourth density positive planet.
It's not telling us what to do.
No.
It's not going against our free will.
No.
It's offering us up a choice
Yes.
through awareness of
Yes.
what is possible.
What is possible? Yes.
Jason, are you going to take that step?
That's for all of us to decide in ourselves.
Correct. And I'm never going to tell you what to do.
And don't let CNN tell you what to do,
No.
or Trump or Biden or
End the episode.
Boris. And their guy with the wild hair.
Yeah.
What's the UK leader? His name is Boris something.
He's crazy hair.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to tell him to comb it.
No.
It's on him.
That's his free will.
Love it.